What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Mercer, one half of the tag team champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee preference.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 774 Tuesdays. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Breath. And we're going to have a fun one here tonight. First of all, joining me as usual, the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE. It is Mad Mike up in Beacon, New York.
Oh man, Sorg. Fuck Chachi. That's all I got.
You got to eat. You got heat with Chachi. Put a pin in that for a second. We'll get into
No,
it.
he doesn't watch this show.
He
It's
doesn't
fine.
watch this show.
Apparently, he doesn't watch last night's show.
He doesn't
either.
watch this show. He's too busy watching AEW Dark, apparently. That's all he watches in wrestling.
Another
anymore.
thing wrong with that show.
No. You be nice. You be nice. Especially with the interview we got coming up this next week.
I never said anything about the talent.
No, you didn't. But anyways, and we have a special guest keeping that train rolling as we have been, and also celebrating tag teams because Duke Davis demands it. We have the Runway with us. We have Tyler Klein and Calvin Couture, the 2PW tag team champions. Look at that. We got more gold in the studio.
Man,
Look at
I
that.
feel severely underdressed.
Yes. Also, I feel severely underdressed.
I should address more haute couture. I'm sorry.
Both
Sorry,
of
guys.
you knew that we were coming on. You've literally got a Yankees. Is that what it is? Is
Yes.
it Yankees or is it Red Sox? I can't even tell.
Uh,
Sports thing. Sports clothes. Sports clothes are not like real
Okay,
clothes.
that's-
I'm gonna stop you there.
Starting off on a bad
for
foot.
being the dumb one on the team.
Um,
Red Sox.
I used to live in Boston.
Do you?
Hush.
Never mind.
Are you
All right.
colorblind? You're not colorblind, are you?
No. I just
Okay.
don't like
That's my
whatever
point.
that is. It's like that's not a look.
That's my point. There's the colors in the name.
There are plenty of Boston people that wear a blue shirt with the Red Sox stuff on it. I know he's got a Yankee shirt on. They don't like theRed Sox. So
Yeah, no. That's actually.
Who's the dumb one
you've
now?
ins-
Wait,
you've
how do you-
insulted
who's the
me
dumb
to
one
my
now?
core.
How do you confuse them then?
it was me being a jerk, Calvin.
A stupid jerk.
No, it wasn't stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, yeah,
I was making fun of his
I hope we're
outfit.
not
That's all that
sowing.
matters.
I hope we're not sowing tag team dissension here
No,
at the beginning of
no,
the show.
This is normal.
This is just us team building.
Okay,
Mhm.
I see. Well, thank you for joining us here. We're going to be talking about what you guys have been up to. You've been everywhere. I keep seeing you on a new poster in a new state. I feel like every day on Facebook these days.
Trying to
So,
be.
hey, that's what you got to do, right? But this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're celebrating tag teams. And, of course, please go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Hit us up at our email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. 412-206-WMS0 is the hotline that you've already put in your ex's phone number in your phone for when you drunk dial. We're waiting for your voicemails. Also hit us up, tweet us at Mayhem Show, where we have opinions, and apparently it pisses Chachi off. And also follow our Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and group. A lot of great discussion happening over on that Wrestling Mayhem Show group. And, of course, we're live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live, on the Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube page, and on the Sorgatron Media Twitch page, whichever is easier for you to hop into. Of course, most of the chat is happening over on that Facebook page, as I see Dave Podner hanging out there, and also apparently judging fashion. So it's going to be a lot of that tonight, I feel. That's
Always.
Yes.
Could be.
Yes. But also, please subscribe to the show on your podcast app, whatever you use. We're on everything. Anywhere your fine podcasts are sold for free. And also, please consider following the Wrestling Mayhem Show Super Feed, which includes this show as well as our Monday Mayhem Warriors show, and our interview show, Indie Mayhem Show, and any other specials that may happen. Actually, a very special Indie Mayhem Show we are going to be premiering Friday night. We just conducted an interview that's going to be premiering then with Danny Limelight. Mike.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really.
I like Danny Limelight.
It's really
I just
good.
don't like that show.
He's not on that show anymore, so we'll talk about that a little bit.
Hey, he is all the better for it.
Oh, come on. Well,
Danny Limelight on Dynamite or bust. That's what I say.
I gotta say, listen to the interview and listen to his perspective of what's going on with AEW Dark and everything too. I think you'll be very interested in that, Meg, and I hope it may change your mind on how that goes. But anyways, you can also support the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, like so many of you do, and we do appreciate that. It does help keep the lights on here in the studio and keeps our server bills paid, so we can keep delivering the mayhem. First of all, our friends at the Fan of the Show level, Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Burke, Team Hammerfist, and at the Poppy Club level, Dave Potter, and our friends at OccupyProWrestling.com. At the Pete's Club level, Doc Remedy, Cal Turner, and The Riz and Bobby F.J. Town. And at the manager level, our friends Bradley Ruthers and Tina Keys. Again, you guys can support the show. Get some extra content over there at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show for as little as $1 a month. So we reacted a lot with Monday Night last night on the show, but we didn't talk much about Money in the Bank. Although it seems, now I watched it like on delay. So Mike, that's been, at least on my Apple TV, that's been fixed. And I know you've had some technical problems with that going into this whole Peacock deal.
Everybody watched it on delay.
Yeah. The Peacock wasn't great last night.
Turns out the flight, the Peacock crashed Sunday night, right? So what happened? So again, I watched it afterwards, and I had no problems throughout, the delayed playthrough of it.
Well, all right, Sorg, here's my
how did it go down, guys? For the rest of it, what's that?
Here's my reenactment of Money in the Bank.
Okay. Oh no, it didn't.
That was too much sound.
Yeah, there was no sound whatsoever. There's already too much sound in Crash.
And he goes dark.
Black screen.
And then he goes dark. I love it.
There you go. That's exactly what happened, but no sound.
Yes.
What was it? The men's?
It was the main event. It was the men's Money in the Bank match. Yep.
No.
Yeah, it was basically right after the Charlotte match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Everything kind of went to shit.
But the Charlotte match, I think, was fine from what I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I thought like I saw a lot of the problems like right after Charlotte.
Yeah, and I think it just went through, and you would get a clip of somebody's entrance, and then it would go black, and then it'd get another clip, and it was just like one frame at a time until it got to like halfway through the match, maybe.
No, I remember I just had to turn it on and off a few times and to get it back on. But
yeah, I
almost
think I had
gave
to
up.
close out completely from Peacock just to reboot it.
Well, what was everybody watching on? Again, I was on Apple TV, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But
I was on my
sometimes it does.
I was on my Chromebook.
So you're on a Chromebook in the browser, and what are you guys on?
Yep.
The
I
browsers?
have a Roku
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
It was across the board, I think, on every single thing that Peacock was running on.
So
it was
that's interesting
not working.
because I mean it's not their first event,
Right.
but I'm wondering if it's the first like that people. I mean, I feel like WrestleMania would have been the
think-
biggest, right?
I think it's just Peacock in general. Like even before all of WWE's content went on Peacock, I feel like I remember people not being impressed with how Peacock's service was. So I was never really like stoked about it being on Peacock.
Just think, this weekend they have the Olympics. Good luck watching anything.
Now
on
wait a
demand.
minute. So the Olympic, but also remember, like the Olympics is going to be multiple streams happening versus everybody
This is what I'm
watching
saying.
one stream. So
It's going to be completely peacocked.
I'm really this is the big stress tester, right? So if that's what happened, and does this sound like this happened across the board?
Oh yeah,
for about everybody.
Yeah.
From what I could see on Twitter and social media, it seemed like everyone was having the same issue. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I did hear, like, I thought I saw that the Olympics, they were going to have like other apps too that you could download. I'm not sure if I saw that correctly or not.
I wonder if it's going to be like, because in the past they've had log in with the NBC account on USA, NBC Sport. I guess that's gone. You know, and so maybe that, but still probably all from the same server, maybe?
Which is so weird because I had the NBC Sports app, like for hockey and stuff. That worked great. I don't know what the problem is with Peacock, but the NBC Sports app worked great.
Well, so did the WWE Network, but you know.
Wow.
Yeah,
got rid of that.
yeah. I mean, we're starting over.
I mean,
right?
to be fair, that still does work great. We just don't have access to it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
of
you just
effort.
need a VPN to do it. So, and if you want to know how that works, you can check our How to Watch WWE Network with a VPN over on our YouTube page for Wrestling Mayhem Show. So I'm actually answering. I'm doing tech support in the comments. It's
There
great.
you go.
So, but no, it's possible, and it's like, I mean, you know, VPNs are handy because then you can like, hey, I want to do WWE Network and not have this stuff going on, and then you can be like, hey, I want to watch Star Trek Discovery on Netflix in Canada. So instead of pay for Paramount Plus, right? So my issue has been I've been watching Broken Skull sessions, and actually I started watching the second One Night Stand, the ECW One Night Stand, and they
What? That's a wild journey. Okay.
It was one of the recommendations, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Although it was weird because the poster was like Kane, because like the series image is like one of the later ones that they pick randomly. So I didn't know what exactly I was going to be watching, but it said ECW. I was like, well, I'll go with this. But they've inserted in the pay-per-views commercial breaks.
Yes.
Where it fades out and fades back in. And I've been watching Broken Skull sessions, and I'm like, oh, this is new. That makes sense. But they've actually gone back and inserted those in the pay-per-views is really bothersome to me because I feel like there's something missing from the show, right?
Well, now there is you can pay the $9.99.
I do.
Oh, you do, and there's still commercials?
Well, no. So there are built-in fade-outs for the commercials, right?
Oh, so there's not actually a commercial, but there are the fade-outs for the commercial.
There's still the fade-outs. They
think more people are going to do the $4.99 to save the money. Got it.
Well, it's even...
Well, then they also only have to have one version of it on Peacock.
Yeah. And actually, I pay like $5 to get the premium because my mother already has Comcast and signs up for it, and we do a multi-account thing. And so I pay the extra $5 to get rid of commercials, basically, because I don't like commercials.
I mean, but if you think about it, it's just the same as you were paying for the network. It was $9.99, so it's the same price. But yeah, it's still frustrating. I agree.
It is, especially when you've been used to that for
how long?
You know, since what, 2014?
14.
They did that.
2014.
So, and of course, I mean, they had their problems, and even like MLB had their problems, which was the company that
the Men in Black
had their problems too. You know, hey, streaming,
very stylish though.
Video streaming is an interstellar problem apparently. So, who knows? So, I mean, and you know, as we said, you know, Ring of Honor had problems with their what was that pay-per-view last week?
Best of the World.
Was it Best in the World? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, because I think next month's like Death by Dishonor, right?
Sounds right.
So like they had like a login issue or something going on there that bounced a lot of us out like 5 minutes into the show. Until Shane Taylor fixed everything, and so I mean, you know, even the big ones are having difficulty with this. It's a miracle some of us on the indies are doing this at all in some cases. So, so I mean, Mike, this is the part where I say you were right.
I told you.
You told me that Peacock was going to have problems.
I saw it. In it was written in the stars a million miles away.
Didn't everybody assume that Peacock was gonna have problems though?
You know, but you know what the thing is? Like, we say that, you know, WrestleMania wasn't a problem, but WrestleMania was also 2 nights, and not as many people were, I think, hyped for WrestleMania. Plus, I think you could also get that on pay-per-view.
Did we hear numbers? Because if we didn't, that means they did not do well.
I don't believe any numbers I hear anymore.
No,
because they're not reporting it to anyone.
And I think
SummerSlam,
yes,
this is their first like pay-per-view
full on
big in front of a live crowd. Like, and even Money in the Bank was like Money in the Bank is a big deal, probably bigger than WrestleMania this year.
Money in the Bank is definitely in the feel from last. You know, I mean, I feel like we had a Raw after WrestleMania show last night for Monday Night Raw, and even it was the comeback. It was the homecoming with the first weekend with fans and everything like
desperate.
that.
It was the desperate. We need ratings.
Yes, and hey, remember everybody that went home during the pandemic? They're back now.
You know what? It worked.
Yeah,
Raw got almost 2 million viewers again.
Yep.
So.
For everybody I saw complaining about, wow, Bill Goldberg's back, yay, or two old guys versus for the belts at SummerSlam. This is frustrating, and it's like, well, you know what? It works.
Wow, you really saw people complaining about Cena coming back for the belt?
Yes. Well, it was a general.
Okay, because I haven't seen that.
It wasn't directly Cena. Just like, hey, there's like, just one comment was like, hey, two of the old school guys are coming back instead of being like, it's not Big E and somebody or anything like that. So, but I mean,
well, never say never.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, give that time.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if I'm Big E. I'm making that a triple threat match.
Yeah, but Big E's not.
You get your dream match, and you probably win the title at the same time.
See, I was really excited for John Cena to come back, and I was never a huge John Cena fan from like after Thugonomics and all of that. I was excited to see him back, even though I will say his poor hairline.
Oh.
That poor guy.
Well, I mean, with his movie coming out,
show.
that's why he's back. Like
Well, no, not even that. But like, the man makes how much money? Like, maybe he's. I don't know. You know what? I'm not John Cena. I shouldn't be talking any crap. But if I had that much money, all I'm saying is I would have a phenomenal head of hair. That's all I'm saying.
It looked okay from the front, and then he took the hat off and he moved to like non-hard cam, and then all you saw was just like
it's whatever the role.
here.
It's whatever role he's been filming last or next, right?
Like he's doing Peacemaker.
Well, and here's the thing: like, I get that he's a humble guy, right?
Yeah.
But like,
get your hair game.
Yeah,
like you can't. I mean, like you can't hire the best hairdresser. Like, is he still picking it? Is he picking it out of the magazine? Is he? I don't know how people pick hair.
He might still be going to the same guy.
I don't know. I don't know. My wife sent me to Supercuts with a picture of Chris Hemsworth one time, and they're like, "Make this happen," and I'm like, I don't think that's physically possible.
No.
So
No.
I mean, it's like I don't know, man. My head's not that shaped, or the rest of me. But anyways, hairlines aside,
we have breaking news from Jen Carlin.
Breaking news. What's going on?
Apparently, Nikki and Bree's brother JJ is getting divorced.
What?
I don't know why that's
Who
breaking
cares?
news. But
What is this? Oh, is this because you guys did the Divas show?
Yeah, I know.
like,
We
before.
did Total Divas, but
So okay.
he's a terrible person, by all accounts from that show. So
What
I'm
in
not
that
surprised.
family? I can't imagine.
Yeah, I know, right?
is the Bella mom still married to Laurinaitis?
To John Laurinaitis? Oh yeah, it hasn't been released yet, brother.
He's back. He's back in his old role, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was the one making the calls.
I can't. Yo, it was him.
It was him.
Oh, jeez. So when I hear like Aleister Black talking about like even the person on the phone was like, I don't know why you're being let go. That's him. That's interesting. So okay, and that's what a lot of I've heard that from a couple of the releases. They're just like I don't understand why I was let go, and the people letting me go didn't understand why I was let go either. So I don't know what math machine is happening somewhere in that company, but I mean it's a big corporate company, so they're going to be handled a lot different than almost anybody else in the wrestling world. But hey, they're the ones making all the money, so
yeah.
Yes. Just checking the SummerSlam, more like Sweat Slam. We'll see what happens there.
Vegas. Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
It's a dry heat.
Is it gonna be
Hot.
Dude,
It's a dry heat.
listen, they don't care how dry it is when it's 118 degrees. Believe me.
Yep.
I mean, I was also on asphalt at a speedway last month, but it's
Well, Legion
not
Stadium
good.
is outdoors, right?
I thought it was enclosed.
They might be able to open it, but I'm pretty sure it's enclosed.
It's not like
Okay.
they're. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think
you can do both.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think you can air condition something that big, right?
Probably
With
not.
that many people in there.
I doubt it.
So, I mean, okay. We were just we're looking at what, August 21st, and they're still having heat issues generally in that area. I think all of West
Sorry,
is.
the
isn't
planet is having
it?
heat
The
issues.
planet
Yes,
is on fire.
Vegas
like,
is having heat.
apparently, we're getting smoke from the out west fires here in Pittsburgh today. But no, when we were there for a Formula event again, and the first day, it was getting up to 100 degrees by like 10 a.m. and they actually shifted everything because like students were not doing good with this, working on their cars out in the heat. And they moved everything to start at 6 a.m. and get everybody off the grounds by 2 o'clock to make sure there weren't any further heat stroke issues.
Oh wow!
With it, like that's how bad. We had a cooling tent that just had people gathering in it as much as possible, and it was barely keeping cold at all.
Yeah, all that
so
body heat.
And this was like spread out amongst like paddocks and the race, the race in the parking lot and everything like that. But you gotta think like these guys are welding and working on the cars and stuff and fixing up last minute tuning and things like that, like on a parking lot in 100 and up to 115, 18 degree heat. I went to the Hoover Dam, tried to climb the one stairs and almost had a problem.
That's like work. You just go to Vegas and lay by the pool. That's what I do. Drink.
I don't know if the pool. I don't think like I pass the pool every day, and I'm like, that looks like hot soup.
You can't lay by the pool in Vegas.
Yeah, it's like
under the cabanas you can.
Like okay, I stayed at the Holiday Inn on the edge of town.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why.
It's like and it didn't get below 90 degrees at night. So there was like no
about Vegas.
That's the best thing.
That's why people want to stay inside and gamble.
So it just draws them all in. Okay.
Well, you are in the middle of a desert. Let's talk about what Vegas is here.
Yes.
What'd you expect, Sorg?
I didn't know what to expect. I've never been to Vegas before, so I do love
your research.
Do my research.
I
did. I watched
Vegas on Netflix. Starring Dave Bautista, called Army of the Dead.
Yes, I watched that. That was my research.
That's your problem.
That was my research.
That's your problem.
I mean, it seemed historically accurate.
Watch the Real World Las Vegas.
What was that?
Watch the Real World Las Vegas.
Real World Las Vegas.
Or Sorg, watch Vegas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Don't watch that.
There's an episode of Entourage called Vegas Vacation.
Don't watch that.
No, well, watch them both.
Okay, if we're going to talk about that, let's just watch the Sharknado movie when they're in Vegas.
These are you guys are booking my weekend.
No, you don't have to watch the Army of the Dead thing. That was terrible.
That was
trash.
Oh, it was good.
It was
the making of very good.
Hey, you know what? If this keeps Zack Snyder away from superheroes, make as many zombie baby movies as you want.
Zombie baby movies?
There's
was there a baby in this one? There was in the old one.
I don't even know this one. Like it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't.
Batista was good in it.
No,
Batista was great. Come on.
Batista was good.
Batista can save a lot of shit movies. He has saved a lot of shit movies. One involved Rob Van Dam. There was a lot of shit in that movie. So that was a long time ago.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. That was like I'm just starting to get into the movies and left the WWE. So of course we're going to pair me with Rob Van Dam, who's trying everything from comedy to acting apparently.
Ew.
So yeah. So
that was a dark time.
That was a dark time. Anyways, so Money in the Bank, crowds are back, and damn, that was nice to watch.
That was a good show.
It feels like the roster cares again, and that's really nice to see. With you guys, before you guys lost your surface, how were you guys feeling on the vibe from that show, being the first major pay-per-view with the crowd? I half count WrestleMania because it's not like there are so many limitations on that one.
Yeah,
I think there were more people in Money in the Bank than WrestleMania.
Yeah, it also WrestleMania also had a lot of steam taken out of it because remember there was a half-hour rain delay.
That's right.
That was the first night though, wasn't
yeah,
it?
that was the first night.
That was the first
We
night.
were there second night.
Yeah, we actually were at WrestleMania the second night.
That's right.
And it was interesting how they had it set up. So they actually did have it kind of set up like pods. So I think there were groups of 4.
Yeah.
It seemed like there were groups of 4, and basically nobody was sitting next to you. I think there were people in front of you. I can't really remember, or maybe cat a corner.
Yeah, it was kind of like there wasn't anybody in front of you except for like maybe a row, like a row in between. So it was kind of like.
So it's kind of cat a
yeah,
corner.
it just looked like a big old checkerboard.
And of course, they did it in such a way it's not going to come off that way on television too.
Right.
Yeah, it'll look fuller.
They don't. Yeah, they want the crowd. They don't want the crowd to look as spaced out as they actually are, right?
They did have cardboard cutouts though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In certain sections that were on TV. which was kind of interesting because it was kind of like what, but
were they anything in particular? Were they just?
I don't really remember.
It really like they weren't in they were in weird sections, so it wasn't like. It wasn't really like ringside or anything like that. It was a little bit further up to give like if the camera panned up, you wouldn't be able to really
more
tell.
like a shadow or like a silhouette of people.
It wasn't actually a person like frozen in place.
That's just because I came up with this idea a long time ago, where you buy a ticket for one of the pay-per-views during the COVID era, during the pandemic and everything. You take a picture of yourself. They put a cardboard cutout of you at ringside. And they send you a chair of that show.
But then you still don't have anybody ringside to be reacting. Like,
but it looks like you do.
It's better than the TV screens where it's like everybody every 2 seconds just like, oh hey, do this, do this.
You get to see everybody's living room.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So I get why they did it, but
get why the Thunderdome happened.
It was interesting. It was innovative, but it got old. Because it's going to get old after several months, right? And the pipe crowds didn't help either.
Well, I mean, being at the Performance Center got old too, watching the same setup. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's funny. It was funny to actually go back and watch the second night of WrestleMania from being there to when, like, what edits they did, because some of the things they tried so hard to edit over. They just could not. The crowd was that.
You mean like the switching, or you mean like you think they post-edited some stuff? Okay.
Crowd reactions.
Like when Hogan came out.
Hogan came out. Jake Paul being out there.
Like the crowd wasn't really into it, and I mean, it's editing. It's a show. That's any show. It's not even just wrestling. It's any show.
Once you're on network, your revisionist history can be, whatever you want it to be. So I mean, that just goes with the territory, right? So I mean, Disney does it with their stuff. Fitz is going to do it with his stuff. So whatever puts you in that good light.
But it was good to see like genuine crowd reactions instead of just and things that that probably weren't like retaped or were missed. I mean, the janky cam is still there. The spasmatic camera is still there, but not as bad as it was with the Thunderdome kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
because that was like that made everything.
It was a lot of it was a lot of overcompensating for. We have to make this interesting because we don't have fans to help make it interesting.
Yeah.
So,
but it just ended up giving people seizures.
Yes,
making people dizzy.
Or it just maybe we gave a little bit too much leeway to our pyro guy. So, but
WrestleMania, half the pyro didn't like work because of the rain.
Oh yeah, there was like half of Seth Rollins' entrance was out, right? So yeah.
Why do I not remember that?
Because that was night one.
That was night one. You're right.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. Because with the rain stuff. So, well, I'm amazed it took them this long for that to bite them in the butt to be with their outside venues and everything. But well, one thing that also still trucking on as we're getting going here is the IndieWrestling.us and all of our great friends like Prospect Pro Wrestling, just like our friends, our champions over there. The Runway, they're representing tonight, of course. You can see that win over on the Indie Wrestling Network, IndieWrestling.network, of course. And so much more of the return of Rise Wrestling, the return of RWA when they come back next month as well. And a bunch of new content is in the works for that. And, of course, you can see some great best-ofs with Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, and a lot of great history of a lot of these promotions in the area, in Cleveland, a little bit of West Virginia as well. You can actually get a lot of Runway on there now. I'm thinking about that. We got a lot of your early to now history, right, in the area. So if you want to catch up on the Runway, if you're just learning about them now, since they're everywhere, we'll talk about that in a moment. So go check it out, IndieWrestling.us, IndieWrestling.network, and also in pre-order now, Pro Wrestling Conquest in Your Housen, featuring Danhausen in a fun match with Danhausen and Jock Sampson down there. Another great show, a three-way tag match with the Renegades of Flight, Kincaid and Facade, the main event, and Money Shot. And let's see, Beastman was churning butter with an Amish gentleman, Levi Everett. It was touching. It was touching. They touched some part of you at least. So go check that out.
Like that.
A lot of interesting stuff going on over there, and a lot more coming up, especially in August, as I think every company we work with is doing a show in August. So getting back to normal, which means a lot happening. So stay tuned for all that, IndieWrestling.us. And also over there will be, as mentioned before, the Indie Mayhem show with Danny Limelight will be premiering Friday night at 10 p.m. as a part of that website. So go check that out. So speaking of, like I mentioned, the new tag team champions for Prospect Pro Wrestling. Fantastic. You were I think only the third champions for them, because I think that was did they just crown the champions like December before the pandemic hit, right?
I think so, but the only ones that matter, so yeah.
So you had a bit of a road to that, of course, feuding with the sexy talented dudes, and the Lawless and Order was in there for a little bit as well. But this last what was this last match officially? It was a teams bring the weapons match, wasn't it?
Yeah, teams would bring the weapons, but the STDs didn't realize that they already had a weapon. Whoops.
Thanks to some X-rays provided to Marshall Gambino.
Not my problem.
Not our problem.
Wouldn't matter what the weapon was. Outcome would have been the same.
So you're talking about Corey Futuristic, who did have, I forget, it was a car accident or it was a wrestling injury or something. Matter. Either way, he's got a rod. He's got the Lex Luger situation like in his arm, and apparently that was coming out. Well, Tyler, you were the first victim of that, I do believe.
Yeah.
So
I was not fun. I told him there. Face got the face. Not happy about that whatsoever. But it doesn't matter anymore. Why? Because we have the belts. So
we're the true champions.
Yeah. There you go.
Exactly. Like I said, might be the third ones, but the ones that do matter.
And I will make a comment. We were not affiliated with Prospect Pro Wrestling whenever the championships were first crowned. So
exactly.
Just gonna throw that out there.
So I mean, beyond the issue with the sexy talented dudes is not over. I imagine there's a rematch clause of some sort going on there, right?
Yeah, actually, next month there is, and since we're calling the shots now, we're gonna make it a little interesting. So, you go ahead and talk about it, Calvin.
I will. This is gonna be, since we're the champions, our match, our rules. So what does that mean for Core Futuristic and Chest Flexor? Well, they want to throw some surprises. They want to have a little fun. I can't think of anything more fun than the Fashionista street fight. You heard it here first. The match created by yours truly, Calvin Couture. Sexy, talented dudes. You want a shot at the belts? You want your rematch? We're going to do it my way. We're going to do it our way. You're going to do it in a Fashionista street fight. See, I'm so angry about this that my headset fell off. All right? Core Futuristic. Chest Flexor. I can guarantee that you have never been in a match like this before. Should we go over the rules or should we let it be a surprise?
You know what? Feeling a little generous. Let's go ahead and just give a little bit. Let's just go ahead and give them the rules then. Because what do we have to worry about from those two?
That's true. This is a normal street fight. You're not allowed to use normal weapons. If it doesn't sparkle, if it's not gold, if it's not silver, if it's not glittery, if it's not colorful, you can't use it. So STDs, you better get creative because we already have a plan. And the plan is to walk out still your Prospect Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
So like usually there's a weapons check or something by the referee, but you're telling me that there's going to be a like that's what they're checking for this?
they're going to have to check to make sure that everything is our standard because this is Calvin's match.
Yeah, and they can be disqualified for using a weapon that doesn't fall under the qualifications. Will they have all the qualifications? You'll never know. I guess you'll have to find out.
Interesting.
So Corey won't be able to use his wrist. We'll probably have to come up with something from that because it's not like he can glam that out.
So are you concerned? Because I mean, we are talking about Chess Flexor, who is has been diabolical over the years, to be quite honest, including the innovator, along with Mambo Italiano, of the pasta death match, of all things.
Not even a little bit.
No.
I mean, Chess has tried to outdo me on a couple of occasions. He's not going to outdo us on this one.
I'm not concerned.
Not even a little bit with Chess.
Okay.
And even less so with Corey.
Look, my match, my rules. I created. See, the microphone doesn't even. My match, my rules. I created this match. You're stepping in to my world. Our world. Corey and Chest, you might think you have something up your sleeve, but I can guarantee we have something to counteract that. You don't want to know what goes on up here. You don't want to know what creative ideas I have going on, Chest and Corey. But you'll find out.
There you go. That's going to be happening at the next Prospect Wrestling show, Prospect Pro Wrestling, and that is going to be on August 28th for Homecoming. You guys are going back to the Worthington Civic Center, the home base of 2PW. Now restrictions are lightened. We can go back to that place, and it's a pretty rocking venue for those guys up there. Great crowd up there. It'll be good to get back to that as well. So there you go. 2PW Tag Team Championship Fashionista Street Fight. I'm ready to clean a lot of glitter off of my cameras that night.
I hope the fans bring the glam for that match.
Ooh, yeah, Is there going to be is there an encouraged glam section of the crowd, perhaps?
I mean, they're encouraged to try and look their best. But it is Worthington.
Yeah.
I mean, Worthington. I don't know how. I don't know how fashion forward Worthington is up there. I mean, I don't even. I mean, look at us in the studio, but in comparison here. So, man, I just like put this on, and I was like, man, I should have at least grabbed a collared shirt.
You could have tried.
I'm sorry. It's I'm wearing Crocs. I don't even. I'm having one of those.
They're not
days.
even like a cool color sort.
What's that?
They're not even like the colorful. They're just whatever.
But my wife likes blue. I'm sorry. That's where we went with it. But anyways, other than Prospect Pro Wrestling, you have a lot going on. Right, it seems like I said, I just saw you on another poster in Carolina coming up with HWA. I saw you guys on pay-per-view for Effie's Big Gay Bash for the Collective back in when they did in Indiana a few months ago, or what was that, late last year? I don't know, whenever that was.
Indiana and in Tampa.
And in Tampa for Mania. You guys were all over Mania. I know you guys were scheduled into the one before it got shut down, so it was good to see you guys did finally get down there on the I guess the second go around for it. So tell me a little bit, like, you know, what do you guys attribute to this kind of explosion, to just kind of the Runway is kind of taking half the country by storm here at this point?
I mean, I think it has to do with you don't see a lot of tag teams out there that are just not randomly thrown together. We have a look. We're marketable. You know, I design all of our gear so that it makes us stand out. Why not have a standout tag team
it does,
on your roster?
It does feel like between like you guys, main event, like there's not any like tried and true, like they are a tag team everywhere they go for the most part, right? And that seems to be happening more and more. You know, I mean, both of you coming from singles runs in you know, several companies across the year, over the years. So are you guys, like, for the most part, dedicated like solely to the tag team right now?
For right now, yeah. I mean, we've been having a lot of success lately on the road, doing different things, different projects. And we really seem to be getting our stride as a tag team, more so than I think our singles runs. Now, don't get me wrong, we both are striving to do well as singles, but I think whenever we come together as a team, there's something special there, and I think that it's starting to catch on, and that's why we're getting more and more places. And it really seems like people want to bring a little bit of fashion to their shows, and I think that we're the ones that they need. It's great. We have a few new debuts coming up over the next few months, which we're really excited about. Sorg, like you mentioned, HWA North Carolina. We're actually going to be making our debut in Alabama as well.
Nice.
And then you never know where we're going to show up next. There's some things in the works that will be announced soon, shortly. But really, you never know where we're going to pop up next, and that's what's exciting about that.
And also, you've been on, I guess I can say, the most interesting shows. Of course, Poly Am Call Party when they were in here in Pittsburgh. The last couple times, and it's Effie's Big Gay Brunch, which I got on pay-per-view because I got to see, between you guys being on there and a bunch of other people that we've worked with over the years.
You bought it for us.
Yeah,
don't lie.
I had to see
why
what you guys
there.
did. It's the one that put me over the. I mean, I'm a big Effie fan, but you guys put me over the edge on that one. So Effie, remember, like you got at least a buy out of me for booking these guys. Make sure they're on the next brunch, okay? So, and you got the team with Effie for the Poly Am Call Party as well. So, which was fantastic. Although, I mean, I think I saw more ass that night than I did the entire career of filming Keith Hot.
You're welcome.
So, I mean,
that's much more enjoyable than looking at Keith's. So.
I will not compare.
I will.
So
I will totally compare.
We'll let everybody else to their own imagination on that one, and I believe that's still out on YouTube or Twitch if you want to go see how that transpired. There was a lot of ass in that match, a lot of ass. And Camp Leapfrog, I keep seeing clips from that. Joe Nebraski seems to be having a time out there. I don't know. I think he had a bad day. The one clip I saw, but he fall out of the ring or something.
That's the best
clip.
That was the best thing ever.
Seeing it live was even better.
Oh yeah. So, what's going on? So what is Camp Leapfrog? Because again, I only see bits and pieces. I haven't jumped into it like on IWTV to see a full episode or anything like that. But what's making them different? Because I just see everybody talking about this one.
So the original idea of Camp Leapfrog was what happens when wrestlers go to a camp. Right, so it basically like a wrestling camp.
Sounds like a real world setup.
It's kind of like a real world setup, but think Salute Your Shorts meets professional wrestling. That was the original idea of it. So that was the original show. It was interesting to be a part of. They had a swimming pool battle royal, which was something. I don't know who thought of that, but it was something.
Sam Latourneau almost drowned us. That was fun.
Oh no!
But that's okay.
Looks great.
And really, ever since then, what I like about Leapfrog is, it was something to. I think it was an idea that happened during the pandemic, and it's just kind of gone different places from there. What's great about Leapfrog is they do different themed events. They did a Halloween show, a Christmas show, a Valentine's Day show.
I mean, the Valentine's Day show was the best. It focused on us and Effie.
Yeah.
So
we were back.
Yeah.
But it's great because every show that they put out there is different, and it's themed. So you kind of have an idea where it's going, and normally there's a story that goes into each of their shows. And I think it sets it apart because you have a group of characters, and these characters are coming together and really making something special. I think a lot of people look forward to it for the laughs. They look forward to it for the wrestling, and it almost has, and I don't even want to compare this, but it almost has like a modern day Glow feeling to it, which I think is great because it gives. There's a little bit of everything in there for anyone.
And everyone is like he was saying about story. Like every single episode is different. There's not a story that carries on from one episode to another. Usually, you get a full story from start to finish, beginning and end. And I think that's why a lot of people are drawn to it, because you can sit and you can watch it. And if you miss one, you can still go back and watch it, but there's not anything that connects to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we're used to shows that are like something will happen, they're trying to make you buy the next ticket, buy the next pay-per-view, right? To kind of, I mean, and it's the general wrestling facility. You want people to come back, you want to give them a reason to come back, but it's also frustrating if you're like, I just came out for a wrestling show. Like I've seen this, like you guys know, I you know, when I'm traveling for work, I'll go to random wrestling shows. I have no idea what happened goes into it, you know, and half these people don't have, like, I'm not gonna watch these promos and clips on their Facebook page. I just want to go see wrestling, and then they set up something, and I'm like, that's great. I'm not going to be here. You know, it's not I went to have go to a wrestling show, and that's awesome, and that's it. So I like that philosophy. I like that idea.
Yeah, it works. I mean, it works really well for him, and it's very entertaining. It really is, because you kind of get that closure at the end, and it's just a full-on epic story. So, you know, you miss it. You miss one. It's like, oh, what happened last time? It's like, no, this is something completely different, completely themed. Things get changed around. It just kind of keeps you coming. And that's what makes people want to come back to it, I feel, is that they can come back to it and see everything. And their social media that they do with it is so huge that it just kind of gives it that extra boost.
And you never know who's going to show up either.
Yeah, you get surprises all the time with this.
Cool. I know I have Riz on the show. He's because I mean, you know, he was the biggest Chikara fan, always kept us up on it, and this is the thing that has got his attention now. You know, so it's definitely getting that kind of, you know, I don't want to say alternative wrestling vibe, but it's definitely something different. I don't know I don't know how to kind of frame that, but yeah, so that's cool.
It mixes a lot of different styles. Like you'll get, you know, people who focus on character. You get people who are more lucha. You'll get, you know, people who are more brawly. You get people who are more, you know, brawly, like MMA kind of thing.
Brawly's not a word.
Brawler.
I think Brawly's a Dragon Ball Z character.
That is. No, it's Broly.
Brawling.
I'm gonna fix that. Brawling. Yes, sorry. But you have every single different type of wrestler in these, and they mix and match people. So it's like you could have somebody whose character going against someone who's lucha, and the match still go over well, and just kind of everybody gets to experience a different style that maybe they haven't been used to seeing before or haven't indulged in before. So
it's awesome. So Can't Believe Frog, that's on IWTV. Like all their shows up on IWTV, right? So everybody can, like, people can catch up with it. So that's awesome. So I mean, and that's one of the great things about what they do over there. You know, it's you know, subscribe, go get it for the month. Check out all your Can't Believe Frog. Stick around if you like. You know, that's why I like that there are those, like, you know, you can move from, I'm going to catch up on this, move to this for the next month, you know, pick up WWE Network for SummerSlam and then roll back to watch some more Can't Believe Frog. You know, you don't have to pay for all the services at the same time. But please continue to subscribe to IndieWrestling.network so we can support the shows and everything going on here, and make sure we're catching the best angles that we possibly can of the runway at the shows that we're doing with them, right?
Of course.
So there you go. We do our best to represent, you know, what you guys are doing, you know. So.
Well, I mean, Sorg, it's not like they have bad angles.
Yeah,
but I mean, like easiest. Yeah.
It's easy for us to find the camera,
or we know where it is at all times,
or the camera to find us. I don't know.
Also,
either way,
I also, if you guys are on the audio, I feel like Calvin is looking directly into everybody's soul, because he is like. Usually we're just kind of looking at each other in the studio. He's just like, no, I'm gonna look at the people out there.
I'm looking at everybody that's watching me right now.
There you go.
It's weird because
I'm judging them all
he's
back.
looking at me right now.
Yeah. Mike feels like he's an audience of one. So there you go. You just got the wink. So you're like, that's why I look for when I'm out there on camera. I look for that wink, and I'm like, all right, we're good. Next. So
every time Mike pops up with his sports shirt, I just kind of roll my eyes. I'm like, oh.
Mike, and your
Sorg, we need to break so I can put on something a little bit more palatable.
Are you going to dress up a little bit?
I might.
I might have a colored shirt in the studio here. So
at least like a vest.
We'll tell you what. First of all, we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to see if we can't dress up during this next break here for the video. Okay.
We'll see.
Like we're going to see what we can do with what's on here. We got some things. I don't know. We got something sparkly in the corner. I don't know if that's going to be helpful or anything. So Yeah, let me know. Let me know what we can do. What can we do in 3 minutes? But in the meantime, let's give a shout out to our good friends over at Slice on Broadway, sliceonbroadway.com, Beachview, Carnegie, the East End, North Hills, 4 locations here in Pittsburgh. New York City stallions are made. If you are not, I know that we got people. I see Alex out there in California. I know Tina's out there from Seattle. I know we don't have Slice on Broadway outside of Pittsburgh, but please, I do recommend, just like we ask you guys to support independent pro wrestling, please also support independent pizza shops, because they're usually the best pizza shops, and definitely, and the good ones, of course. I know there's some crap ones out there too, but Slice on Broadway is certainly one of the best here in the city, and we do make sure to support them. And thank you to them for supporting the show and supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. We'll be right back after these messages, hopefully with a little more style, and we're generally gonna talk about fashion, I think, here with the Runway, the 2PW Tag Team Champions, right after this.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohema, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
We are back, the more fashionable Wrestling Mayhem show. We took some advice with at least what was on hand here.
We tried.
I am Calvin Tyler. Tell the people what I'm wearing and how am I doing with this? What's happening here for the audio listeners?
Well, I picked out something gold.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a gold chain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting Razor Ramon vibes, and I'm not mad about it.
Okay.
So I kind of went with I thought that was a good choice. It's not too much, but it's enough, but it's also too much.
Okay.
A little bit. I mean, We obviously know who the stylish one in that relationship is. That's why he's got his wife's cardigan on. Because
yes. Okay.
Yeah, we. Are your arms even in that?
No, I'm not gonna bother trying that because she will be very angry.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fine.
That's more self-preservation.
I mean, it feels
than
more.
anything else.
I feel like this is more capey, and I feel like a good cape is like I should wear something like this more often, like just day to day, right?
I mean, I don't
like
know.
maybe
about...
it's not 90 degrees out, but you know, I mean, we're nice and air
we couldn't do
conditioning
anything
here.
about the Crocs, unfortunately.
Well, no. I mean,
there wasn't. That was a lost cause.
I mean, that's not on video. We're all about the presentation here. Like, you don't even know if I'm wearing pants. I mean, you guys know, but
he is.
I mean, yeah,
for the record,
the verify. So, we have no idea if Mad Mike's wearing pants, of course. So okay, so we got me. I've at least
a little.
Did I get a +1 in style at least?
The chain, I think the chain's saving you.
The chain is saving me? Okay, good. All right, well, let's check in with Mad Mike. He's done something over here as well. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know. I'm
Did
doing
Mike
my
mess
best.
his hair
Doing my
up too a
best.
little bit?
Oh, a little hair
Did
fuss?
did you mess your hair
That
up a
might
little
be-
bit?
that's
a little bit.
Very
I kinda
stylish. It looks.
stretch it
It
out
looks
Okay,
front a
you throw
little
some like quick gel in that or something?
good effort. Good effort.
Okay.
It's a collar.
So
All right.
the
Yeah, I mean, I
collar's
try. I
there.
don't want to button it all the way up because, you know,
No.
it's hot in here. So
Not a fan of the buttons, but you know, that's a good effort for us not being there and being able to help you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did it
Thank
wholly
you.
on his own. I got advice as we did this.
You got what was here to work with.
Well, yes. But also, like, my original choice was probably just not good. So, yes. So the fashionable Mike. Oh, and Mike also has glasses. He's got a blue button down. Like, he looks like he's all business right now. He looks
I'm doing
like
what I can.
you look like a New York City yuppie, and I mean that in a good way.
Okay.
See, I was getting a more LA vibe.
Oh yeah,
Just
with
a
the
little
hair,
bit.
and it's
The
because
blue
it's
and
the
messy
hair.
the hair fuss, the hair fuss,
fuss.
and the plastic clear glasses, right?
It's
just-
like, am
Okay.
I at the beach? Was the wind running through my hair and it's a little messy? I don't know.
You know what we should have done? We should have made Sorg take his hat off and give him a man bun or something.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I
that-
already
yeah,
kind of
definitely.
We could have done that.
You know how I feel.
No.
You know how I feel about.
I know
man.
how you feel about that, but it's
No,
better
you
than
know
the
how I feel
ponytail.
about man.
like I gotta
buns.
bun it.
Better than
Like
the-
I don't like so it's just like kind of pointing it so it's
Top
kind of
knot.
I
poofing
would
out.
rather-
a
I
top
would-
knot.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
would.
can do
I
this.
would
I mean-
rather Sorg have what he has than a man bun.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I hate man buns. I
I
don't
do
think they
too,
belong
but-
anywhere.
I'm classic. Long hair, tied back, and let's go.
Ooh.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
I don't think I've
mean-
ever seen you with your hat off.
Oh, really?
Actually, I
Oh,
think
Sorg has
that-
had some haircuts.
You've, wait.
You've gone through some stuff. Sorg.
I've gone through some stuff. Like, well, yes, yes. Usually, my haircut did reflect my emotional state. So it's very official.
We've all been through it. I mean, I
mean-
haven't, but we've all been through it.
Well, okay. Yes, of course. So, all right. Well, I think we've upgraded. We have partners in the chat room. He says so. Jorts are definitely a no go, right? Asking for an ass man.
The type of shorts that I can't even.
Wait, who was that? Because if that's Bradley,
That's
I
in
swear
reference to
God.
Bradley. Yes.
Did Bradley put you up to that?
No, Potter did.
Oh, Potter did.
No, that's fine.
Here
Potter is asking for Bradley.
Here is the issue with Bradley's jorts.
Okay. You look very pained trying to get this out.
I do because
mental images
I've
are
tried.
coming up.
Look, I've tried to help him.
Mhm.
I've tried to tell him what to buy.
Yeah.
The look is never there. He doesn't do himself any favors. Like,
Okay.
why are you wearing white tube socks with black? Not even 10. I don't even know what they were. I don't even know what they were. And jorts. What? What?
And the tube socks were not like even pulled up, like even trying to be a little retro or trendy. They were just down.
And then
were they like scrunched up because that's
Scrunched up,
terrible.
yeah.
Oh.
And then
Ugh.
he was saying that those are the socks that he wears to work. Work? That's what you
Wow.
wear to work? Who wears white tube socks to work?
Dress for the job you want?
What kind of
What
job
ki-
is that?
what kind of job
I don't
does he
know.
want? A 90-year-old grandfather?
My grandfather would never wear that. But
Okay.
To each his own. I guess.
And then the shorts that yeah, the jorts enough, with those.
Mm-hmm.
How much higher the top of the jeans go than the belt does.
Okay.
And it just kind of frills up over the top over the awful colored polos that he wears too.
We need a makeover of Bradley, right? Like that. This could happen. This could happen. We can get him. We can class him up.
Let's get him in the studio, and we'll bring a few items, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Let's see what we can line up here. Well, so Bradley aside, and hey, we all have our own styles or lack ofs. And flaunted on the internet every week on this show. But generally, obviously, you guys are you're the most fashionable tag team I know. Sorry, main event. Now the main event are very sharp when they come in.
Gannon has glasses. I'll give Gannon the glasses.
Okay, but have you seen them when they're in full on they're dressed to the nines when they come in here?
That's why I just complimented.
So I know you guys have your own issues with the main event. Obviously, I think you just had a match this past weekend with them, right? So, but they bring some style. So
they do. They have their own style. It works for them. I appreciate that.
So
they try. No, there's so many people out there that don't try. They don't step out of their comfort zones. I don't know if people pay attention to what their fits are. No one gets measured anymore. They know what's up, and I'm not going to say anything against them,
people
but
are afraid of patterns.
They take risks, and it shows.
Okay, good. So what else? We were talking about some main roster people and what they've been doing. Seth Rollins came up in our pre-show conversation, and again, just sporadically jumping into SmackDown stuff. He has been making some very interesting choices with his suits lately.
So I know I just said about experimentation and wearing different things, right? No, that's not it. That's not the experiment that you want to do. Just because you see it and it looks different does not mean you should try it. But I guess I can give him points for trying something different and not caring what anyone else says. But
Sorg, can you find photos and just put them up? And,
I am.
And just
so
show?
here's one I got.
Oh
here.
God!
Boy.
So we got this guy. This is the I guess the fire suit we can call it.
Fire. It is
put
not.
A picture of Seth and Corey. Just
wait, this one
Great
over here,
both of them
because
at the same time.
Corey's
Yeah.
been doing this for a while, right? He's got this, he's got I got full screen on this guy.
yeah, I gotta
Maybe
see that one
so let's do that guy there. So that looks like, you know what? So we've all done tie-dye shirts at some point when we were kids or something, right? I don't know, maybe not you guys, or I'm sure it looked better than what I did. And it's a mesh usually when I do it. I definitely don't do it right. And it looks like that's what Seth's suit is.
It just looks like a toddler threw a purple Sharpie in the wash.
No, it's not even the color of it that I'm confused.
And this is the purple and bluish kind of one.
It's like the lapel, like how the suit's made is kind of strange. It's made like a normal one, but it almost looks like the button is too far over. But I think that's the color on the suit that I'm seeing that is making.
I don't know. This does look. It looks like it's kind of a little
a little snug.
Yeah, it's a little snug there, a little stretched there.
Even. Does he?
Yeah.
I hate the pockets are killing.
Oh,
me. The one's purple, one's
he's
white.
missing a button.
Is he missing a button, or is he not? Does he not have
button?
You can see the button. You can see the button behind
Well, two
it.
buttons is a little 90s.
Well, no, you're supposed to own. You're only supposed to have the one button.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're only supposed
The
to do
bottom
one
button is the bottom is always supposed to be unbuttoned.
Okay.
Unless the suit. See, if I were him with this, I wouldn't have buttoned it. I would have unbuttoned it. It's too
Just went with
casual of a suit.
Okay.
For a tie-dye suit, that's way too casual. I wouldn't have buttoned it.
The tie-dye is the casual enough for it, right?
I wouldn't have buttoned it. Yeah.
See, I don't mind that one as much as I hate the fire one.
Yeah.
It's so ugly.
And I know that's kind of.
It's just like that's what people would wear. Those horrible black shirts, button ups with the fire at the bottom and the sleeves.
I'm getting like Guy Fieri vibes, and I don't like it.
Oh,
what is that?
So he's wearing, this is all gold. There's a sort of line squared intersecting pattern.
I'm not mad.
He's
I'm not mad at
he's
that.
got the gold glasses.
The glasses I don't like.
Glasses I don't like. I don't understand the Michael Jackson glove either.
He looks like he's having a good time. I got to give him that.
You know, I'll say this: if the gold, and now I know gold. Let's be real. If the gold was a little, maybe they were smaller blocks, I think I would wear it.
Well, you like a tighter pattern.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at what you're wearing there. You got like kind of some angles and things.
I have similar pants to what I'm thinking of in my head that I know I've worn numerous times, but there's just something about that where I'm getting too much of a Tetris vibe.
Okay, I can see that. All right, here's.
It almost looks
I
like
could deal with the
game
glasses
Snake
on
that we all had
something
on our
else.
Nokia phones.
Yeah.
I can deal with the glasses with something else. I don't care for the one-handed glove.
All right, I got one.
I think he started to wear that because of an injury.
Right, and I think that's a general thing now, right? I think so here's one that's a little more. This is probably the most subdued one that I found here in this collection. So we have this. It's the white jacket, but it kind of tapers off into like an ink stain into black at the bottom, in the sleeves and the bottom of the like into the pants. I mean that's nice and symmetrical.
It reminds me of a jellyfish inking.
It reminds me of some.
Why would you
backwater person going like mudding in a Jeep?
Yeah, why would you want to wear a jellyfish inking?
Yeah,
First of all,
it
like
reminds me
the
of that
jellyfish
scene in
the
Vegas Vacation where Clark Griswold puts his hand in the airport toilet, and part of his sleeve is blue, and the bottom of his jacket is just the bright blue from the toilet water.
Okay,
that's actually
so
a really good depiction.
Very, very toilet water. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is the shirtless go here. I think it's a contract signing of some sort. I mean, it looks like the kind of floral design that would be in like my grandmother's like upholstery.
Oh yeah.
But it's black and white. So
it's not awful.
No.
But doing the print on both the jacket and the pants. No.
Well, yeah, it's a full suit, of course.
Yeah, but
okay. Shirtless, but I think he was looking for action that night. So wrestling action.
I was gonna say is like he's got a child now.
But you know, I mean, you never know.
I'm not mad about that one.
Yeah, it's not that again.
That's
It's not loud. It's not subdued.
about.
This is my favorite. This is the looks like a white jacket, white suit with the orange and blue paint on it. This is actually from WrestleMania. No, not WrestleMania.
No, WrestleMania. You can see the.
Oh no! It's the WrestleMania Backlash because they're in the Thunderdome, but they were using the logos.
I was gonna say you can see the skull behind him.
That's right. So tongue out. He's really digging the tongue out thing these days. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I've only seen that type of like paint splatter thing work once, and it was when I was watching an episode of Project Runway, and it was because they were adding water and it changed the fabric's color to look like that.
Forgot about that.
So
that's the only time it works.
Okay.
And it worked on a dress.
Wouldn't it be great if what if it was something like that? What if his gear was like this and it changed color as he sweat during the match?
That's gross. That's stomach churning because you know why it's getting wet, and that's really
and also
unappealing.
Depending on what color it turns and where the color starts to turn
that's
first,
a no-no.
Okay.
That can turn into Maria Menounos.
So it's like
All
literally going to
That
be
was
like
a very weird suggestion.
it's going to be like
I was just
an ass
spitballing
crack
here. I mean, I'm obviously by looking at me, I'm exploring new things. So
well,
like
your mind's going.
Like my wife's clothes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, here's another one. This is definitely a direction. The plaid suit.
I don't mind the plaid.
No?
Plaid's at least classy.
It's subdued. Right? So
it's
It looks like he's ready for winter.
Is he wearing a turtleneck?
I think he is wearing a turtleneck. I mean, he used to wear a turtleneck like all the time.
I'm not digging the viewed ankles though. The ankles.
The ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very sockless.
With this look, I feel like you would need a sock if you're cold.
Right.
Why would you want cold ankles, Seth Rollins?
Good question. Well, the other fashion forward, and I think they've even taken a couple of things from Seth Rollins, the Young Bucks have been doing some very interesting things lately.
Sorry, can we talk about people who have good fashion? Because the Young Bucks.
My face just went. My face just went to like a scowl.
Oh, so we shouldn't talk about the Young Bucks now?
No, let's talk about the Young Bucks.
Talk about it.
Sonya Deville.
Okay.
Ooh, Sonya
Deville.
Deville's fashion.
Yeah.
She's been kicking ass in the fashion game.
Mm-hmm. She is
her looks.
Is she the best dressed
she might be.
GM authority figure type person? I don't know what her official title is these days.
Oh,
honestly, easily, yes.
But yeah, I mean, like when she started rocking that suit game, it was just kind of on.
I will say Dario Cueto was a look.
Okay.
Dario Cueto was a look. It may not be the most fashion conscious, but it was a very defined look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I can feel that. And it's like, I mean, it's the all business look. You know, that's what we're getting out of Sonya here. Here is, I mean, that black suit. You know, you got the tie tuck into the cummerbund and the chain underneath the tie.
I wouldn't mess with her.
No. Look at you. It's great, man. She has made the best post tag team transition out of any of the girls in that division, I think. So, you know, to be the authority figure like that. So good on her. There's one more I wanted to bring up. Why can't I remember her name?
Is it Bianca Belair? Because
Bianca.
Also,
okay.
Yes.
And she makes all her own stuff too,
which is insane.
Pulling up some Bianca right now.
There we go.
Just to be safe here. So are we talking about like her ring gear or her
all of it?
I always like talking about wrestlers' ring gear because that's where I'm all about, because ring gear is important to us, obviously, but there are some that are just like.
Here's a matching one that she did with her husband here. So it looks like some Martin Luther King kind of patterns in there and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in anymore to see some more of that. But
yeah, that was the Black History Month gear.
That
was awesome.
If we're gonna talk, I mean, there's one of those.
That's great. That's
Calvin
my alley.
But if we're gonna talk,
that's the kisses on the bikini there.
If we're gonna talk about looks as far as her and whatever, like WrestleMania. Hers was okay. Sasha Banks was better. Just saying. Sasha Banks had the better gear.
Okay.
It was more detailed. It was more eye-catching.
I disagree.
I am going to throw something at you. Where is something to throw something at you? We have these arguments all
there's
the
a Bailey buddy behind you.
Just leave it. It's not worth it.
You have belts.
You don't want me to kick your ass right now.
No. What? No.
So
Sasha is always very fashionable too. Like
she is.
Her and Bianca standing next to each other at the ESPYs. I'm like, you girls are at the wrong show, but
fire
being there.
Absolute fire. I got one more AEW one. I think this is going to be a very positive one. I'm looking for a good picture of it. But can we talk about? Let me wait for it to load.
Luchasaurus.
Yes, Luchasaurus. Jeez, this isn't the best picture, but I thought impressive, at least an impression on me, my untrained eye. Hikaru Shida, when she started rocking the white suit at AEW.
I'm not a fan of white, but this is good.
Nope.
She pulls it off.
She pulled it off.
And she kicks ass in that thing.
I didn't say bad. I just don't like, I won't wear white at all.
But her,
it looks good.
Yes, absolutely. So
I wore a white suit once. Only time.
Yeah.
One time.
So if we're gonna talk AEW fashion, we should bring up Cody Rhodes.
Do we have to?
It's certainly a
He's
choice.
all over the place. Can we talk about that real quick? He's like, I feel like sometimes it's like okay, and then other times I'm like, what?
The downhill spiral started with the neck tattoo.
Oh yeah. Like how do you apply to that? You know, how do you work around that?
You get somebody to laser it off your neck.
Why does he need to work around it? He's Cody Rhodes.
Okay. I mean, he's in that phase of nobody can tell me what to do because I'm Cody freaking Rhodes, right? Like he's at that point like where Dusty was, where it's like Dusty does what Dusty wants to do, right? So like if his generation, his version of that is a neck tattoo and how he's dressing, then I mean, you know, that's a He's kind of beyond that. Like he's the Triple H. He's the Vince of that promotion. So are we talking his general suit game, or like?
I was talking suit game.
Okay.
Sometimes it's great. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what you're doing.
Okay. So I mean,
but is that him taking risks?
Could be.
I can respect that if it is.
Could be. Here is a nice. Looks like he's got some aviators on with his lovely wife there, Brandy.
I don't mind that look.
It's a blue suit. I mean, it's pretty
The
standard.
pants are a little tight.
It's basic.
The pants are a little tight.
You're like
little tight.
Very tight.
I don't know. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on there, isn't there? So
just a tad basic. That's all.
Okay.
It's just a plain suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not super exciting.
No, I'd wear it.
I mean,
I'd wear
the
it.
focus is Brandy. Let's be real.
I'd wear that suit.
Focus is Brandy in that photo.
Okay. Here's one from New Japan. Are we concerned with the most recent Cody stuff, or just kind of he's been on this kind of line for a while?
We're here for the looks.
We're here for the looks. Okay. So here's one. If this doesn't get weird on me, New Japan. We got a little bit. It's got a little bit of that Vince McMahon salmon suit going on there with the U.S. title.
I don't know if I'm a fan.
Maybe if it was a little bit more of a not a salmon, but maybe like a brighter. Maybe it was like a.
It's a
hot
deeper.
Pink.
It's a deeper salmon.
I would go with like a hot pink. Like there's always there's post with me. There's post. Like there's post neck tattoo Cody and pre neck tattoo. But even so, in that one, the focus is Brandy.
Obviously.
For me,
look at that fur jacket.
Love the
going
fur
over there.
For me, I don't like the length of his jacket.
Okay.
Now, I'm weird when it comes to suits. I'm really weird with some lengths of the suits. That length seems a little long. Would it seem long to you? It seemed a little long to me, which is why I think it was giving me 80s vibes, and I don't know if it was giving me the good type of 80s vibes.
It's just an oversized jacket is what it looks like.
We actually have some fashion questions from the chat room happening right now.
Boy.
Dave Ponder's out there, and he's asking for myself. He says, if I get a shirt from participating in an event, when is it okay to wear that shirt?
That's a good question.
Participating in an event?
The gym.
Yes. He does a lot of 5Ks and runs.
The gym.
So, the gym?
The gym.
That's the gym wear, right?
Gym wear.
Okay. So there you go. There's your answer.
Or sleepwear.
It's where
Or
you-
sleepwear.
You brag about it at the gym that you did it, because then people will see us like, oh, you're athletic.
Hey, you're for real.
Or like out for a run, right? Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
just-
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a functional shirt at that
Could
time.
be a sleepwear too.
Okay.
Depending on the color, it could be an undershirt depending on what you're wearing over top of it. Really depends. I mean,
Okay. When is it right to wear a pro wrestling shirt?
So around the house.
around the house.
Okay.
If it's a
Pay-per-view event days. Event days.
Yep.
Okay.
If you're going to an indie show, try and if you're going to wear a shirt, wear somebody that's on the show.
Show the support.
Yeah. Don't wear like a WWE shirt
Or if it's what you got and you want to show support, wear that too.
one that you got there or whatever from one of the wrestlers on the card. That's what I recommend.
Okay.
If you come in a Roman Reigns shirt, like we know you're a wrestling fan already, you're there.
Yeah, but if that's the only wrestling shirt that you have and you're excited to wear it, wear it to that show.
Maybe that's a transition shirt while they go and get their runway shirt for the next time.
There you go.
I think this is a different question. When is it appropriate to wear a runway shirt?
All the time.
Yeah, whatever you want.
There you go.
All the damn time.
By many. By multiples. So one for each day of the week.
Day and night.
Day and night. Where can people get runway shirts, by the way, while we're on that?
They are actually on Calvin Couture's Pro Wrestling Tees page. So Pro Wrestling Tees, Calvin Couture. We are actually in the process of creating a new design, which should be out shortly. Hopefully we'll have it for the fall. It'll be part of our fall collection. So how can you be part of our fall collection? By buying a new Runway t-shirt. Now, that's not saying that our current Runway t-shirt is going to go out of style, because let's be real, that's never going to go out of style. But we do have limited quantities at any show that we are at. If you are going to be at a show that you know that we are going to be at, please let me know. Shoot a message to my people. We'll make sure that we get you a Runway shirt.
There you go. There you go. Make it happen. Well, on that note, now we've all gotten fashioned up, learned a little bit here. Thank you for educating us, guys. So generally, learned a lot from fashion, but I want to know from, especially you guys in the chat room, everybody here on the show, what did you learn from wrestling this week? Who would like to go first? Mike? You look educated and ready to go.
Well, I was going to say that I did learn the context of the zombies that appeared while we were in the Thunderdome.
Okay.
From watching that movie.
Okay, that was for that movie, wasn't it?
That makes sense.
So, okay. Okay.
Because I was wondering, like, what kind of zombies these were supposed to be, because they didn't look like normal zombies to me. But after watching the movie, there are clearly several different kinds of zombies in that movie. So it actually kind of tracks and was kind of good promotion for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, terrible outcome for the match, but good promotion for the movie. And I enjoyed the movie. I'd much rather see Zack Snyder do that than ever touch Batman or Superman ever again.
There's that, of course. I learned when I'm not paying attention to who came out with the glitter, I don't know who's came out with the glitter halfway through the match. We were at Warrior Wrestling, and the main event was Lady Frost and Kylie Ray. Kylie Ray? Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm like, match is happening. I'm dealing with the graphics and stuff, so there's like an attention deficit when of what's actually happening. And like we're switching the match, it's going, and I'm just like, everybody is equally glittery right now. I don't know which one started it. So, and I think it was Kylie after talking to Frost afterwards. So, so glitter travels, just like I know.
I think we know.
Yeah.
Glitter is the herpes of craft
supplies.
And
if anybody knows it.
Excuse you, there's not enough glitter.
Yeah, if all the matches after us, if all the people participating after us are not covered in it, then we did not do our job correctly.
Which is usually how.
I still have glitter on me from a project that I did in 6th grade.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I coughed up glitter 3 days after an ICP show where they shot it in the crowd.
That sounds like a great show.
It was a great show. It tasted like root beer.
That's kind of weird.
That is weird.
You never taste glitter. You don't taste glitter.
Well, they also throw soda. So, it kind of all went together. So, it's a thing. It's what we do. What did you guys learn from wrestling this week in your happenings?
What did I learn from wrestling this week? Well, that Peacock is still not superior to the WWE Network, but I think we already knew that. That the way to kill Alexa Bliss is to throw a bunch of ladders on her.
She didn't come back at all after that, did she?
She didn't come back.
I thought we were going to have
that.
like a Kane moment or something, right?
I was thinking that she was going to come out of nowhere and win, but that didn't happen.
I did love that she made Zelina climb back down the ladder.
Oh, that was so creepy.
Oh, that was amazing.
But
Zelina,
it was cool.
she's a godsend for that company.
I wish I would have seen a little like a snap out of it moment from her though.
I think there was, but the camera.
There was, but it was right after Alexa got hit.
Got it.
It was when Alexa got pulled off the ladder. You saw it very briefly. Zelina just shake her head a little bit.
But there's so many things going on in the Money in the Bank matches, and that's why I'm not a super huge fan of them sometimes, because there's so many people, there's so much going on, and you're only really seeing what the camera is showing you. But then even with the cameras in there, there's stuff in the background. It's hard to focus, but I do think that's also what gives it the excitement of it too. So
yeah, and also I feel like I feel like environmentally, maybe the production crew is maybe out of practice of doing a live, not in a Thunderdome controlled environment. Because we're familiar doing shows, doing things in venues we're familiar with, and then we go to a football field, right? That's different. It's a different vibe. It's a different control point. It's a different things can go sideways. So maybe that could be part of it too. So, Tyler.
So I learned two things. First off, I learned that Naomi still has one of the best entrances in the WWE and is still one of the most underrated female wrestlers they had. Second thing is I learned everybody should book more tag matches, cowards.
Oh, yeah. All you cowards out there, book more tag matches.
Exactly. Duke and Gannon are not wrong.
I love this movement. This is
it's
gone
great.
out of nowhere. We're doing our part. I think this is the This is the
week?
third week in a row where we've had somebody representing tag team championships.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, one lost it directly after that. Actually, I don't know if the other one lost it, too. I haven't seen the results from Saturday's show. But
we should check.
Well,
we
we're
should
not-
check.
Because-
If Yinza...
but you got us together.
Well, we got you guys.
Yeah, we're not planning on losing.
We know you have the belts at least. Well,
Sorry, what show is that
obviously
again? I'll see
past
if I can look it
August 28th, but not the next week. Zeke lost his, and I didn't check on Yinza yet. So we'll see that. I hope we're not cursed. But anyways, so
we'll come to you if that happens.
well, I try.
We'll make you under
What?
if it's possible.
Make me what?
Under.
I get
Under?
it.
A
Like,
make
not like a
under. is
makeover.
opposed to
make
an
under?
I don't think.
We'll make it. We'll try and make it worse, but we don't know if we can.
I mean, I did get a mohawk at the gallery one time.
Yikes.
It was the worst mohawk ever. But it was free, and the guy had a fake mohawk, so I was completely confident.
Back to what I was saying before about the times of Sorg.
Oh, I was probably around after that. With that
R.I.P.
thing, huh?
R.I.P. the Mohawk.
Yeah. Let's have
Keep it there.
Okay. No, hey, yeah, I'll try anything once. About. Let me check real quick.
Oh my God, Sorg.
Podner learned that
Sorg, they
Becky.
lost the titles.
Did they really?
They lost the titles.
To who?
Brohemoth and Mitch Napier.
No, that's not right.
Oh,
they were-
that's not the right show.
You're not looking at the right show because they've.
Oh, okay, I will
Because those
engage
two were
myself
fighting
for
each
first and
other. Mitch
Okay.
and Brohemoth were fighting each other with bubbles for some reason.
Okay, all right. I was
so-
looking at the wrong show.
Okay. Don't
Sorry.
do that. Don't do that. Podner learned that Becky is still the most over while being at home breastfeeding. That was
She kind of is.
So,
She is though. I miss her so
wrong.
much.
No. Yeah. And what was it? She changed her location on the Twitter to taking residence
inside Charlotte's Head. or
inside
something
Charlotte's Head. So
Oh, that
Right.
works.
yes. Oh man, she hasn't been around for like a year and a half, and she's still
the man.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna be able to do anything with the women's division without her being chanted at this point. She's the CM Punk right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now I think personally, like for me, the past year, the women's stuff has been the most over thing in WWE. Like, I am having such a hard time getting behind anything Roman does because it's just.
No, I like it. I like what he's been doing.
It's boring.
It's long in the tooth, but when you get to the pay-per-view and some of the stuff he does, it's very good.
It's
there's more to it. It's in depth. It's
Maybe it's just because I'm not a huge fan, but I just yawn.
Come on, he's got that smile now.
What smile?
You don't pay enough attention.
I don't.
Big
He's got
white
the- he's
teeth.
got
He comes on. He comes
He's
on,
got
and I
the-
just zone out.
He's
I'm
got the
sorry.
chompers. Look at his teeth. Pay attention to his teeth once, and you'll be mesmerized.
By the way, SummerSlam is actually going to be a Fast and Furious main event.
Then
It
I am
is
not
actually.
tuning in. Then that will be me not tuning in.
I
I'm tuning
really
in,
hope
so-
Those
they
are so bad movies.
they will both drive in Fast and the Furious cars, and it'll be great.
Oh no,
'Cause-
not family.
Yes.
Not family.
No, if you want real fireworks, put Vin Diesel in Cena's corner and put The Rock in Roman's.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. You know you want it. You know you
Or-
want it, Tyler.
Or let's get crazy and reverse it. Oh, I'm just kidding. That doesn't make any sense. But
Wow, yeah, the pro family rock.
No, The Rock should be in the. Actually, I think it makes more sense The Rock in the opposite corner.
Because
they
he's
want-
like, I don't know what.
like, who
I
the
don't
hell
like.
are you?
I don't like what you're
Like-
doing with my family.
Like, I'm just waiting for The Rock to show up, and for him to say, "Roman, you may be the head of the table, but I built the table."
I think it's gonna be a Mania thing.
like
I
that.
think they're gonna save that for
he
Mania.
built more than the table. You got to go bigger
Yeah.
than that.
Well, yeah, he built the house that the table was in.
Might
I have
even
a
built
feeling
more
that they're
than
gonna
that.
say, like he'll like come out and make an appearance, and then it'll lead up to Rock versus Roman at the next WrestleMania.
Is that your
Well,
prediction that
I,
you're making
I
right
think they're
now?
saving
That's my
Rock's appearance
prediction.
for Survivor Series because it's like the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary of his debut or something like that.
I
Is,
don't know.
is it?
Could be.
Yeah.
They like round numbers like that. That's
Yeah,
not
it
a round
is.
number.
Yeah, it
but
is.
you know what I mean.
96.
Yeah, but,
25th. Yeah.
yeah, and that was a debut at Survivor Series, huh?
I did do the quick math.
Huh.
At the Garden.
At the Garden. Mike, you going to that garden show?
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah?
I don't know if I am or not yet.
So yeah, I'm hoping I'm hoping I'm in town at time to maybe catch the house show here just to see how the
Sword,
feel
do you
is.
know who's gonna be at the house show?
No.
Rapadoo!
Good, I got a towel I can bring.
Cena released his schedule.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be at every show until SummerSlam.
We're gonna spike those attendances, aren't we? So, jeez, wow.
Hey, you know what? Good for him though that he can take time out of his, I'm sure, assuredly very busy schedule.
He's taking time to properly
do the thing.
That's right.
It's to promote Suicide Squad. That's
and his spin-off prequel series.
Of course,
Yeah.
So,
of course
yes.
it is. But I mean, still, like Goldberg showed up on Raw. Ain't no way Goldberg's gonna be at a fucking Super Show in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
Cena's probably gonna be working most of those shows.
Brock did some. I mean, I don't think Goldberg would, but Brock definitely did some of those road shows, especially Garden. So, I mean, it kind of depends on your market, right?
Bigger cities, yeah.
Yeah, like LA, the Garden, things like that. So, plugs. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Where can people find out what's going on? And Tyler, I believe you have something else to plug as well.
Oh yes. So let's talk about next Friday. We are back again with another Top Rope tabletop, and of course you tune in to see me and my antics because I clearly am the draw. Obviously.
I'm busy.
You're busy. Yeah, of course you're busy. You don't do it. I am the ultimate chaos in the entire group.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you tune in for me.
A little bit of a split personality, if you will, in that, right?
Of course.
So it's very interesting. You'll be there. Keith Hott is the presiding dungeon master. Tatiana, Tony Kincaid, and Brohemoth. I will be asking Brohemoth why he was wrestling in bubbles.
Justin Idol too,
and Justin Idol, yes.
Yeah, no, my partner in crime.
Mm-hmm.
So Justin Idol and Kincaid.
I think you started a pizza place together in the game.
No, it's more debaucherous.
Okay.
Than that.
Oh,
pizza place was the normies idea. It was not.
Okay.
The
Okay.
normies.
Yeah, Tatiana and Bro. Yeah, no, whatever.
All of those Dragonborns, right?
Yeah. Them.
Anyway, so it's a lot of fun. We'll be broadcasting it from here in the studio. It'll be on the IndieWrestling.us streaming feed. So wherever, the Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, of course. But Runway, generally, where we can find you guys on social media and where you're going to be in the next few weeks.
Well, I am on Facebook as Tyler Klein. I am on Instagram as trophyboy_Tyler_Klein. I really got to shorten that. And T__Tyler Klein.
That's how I know I got the
on
right one.
On Twitter. Yeah, I know. There's so many other ones because, it's such a hard time finding it to tag people in that. Crazy. And I can barely tag my own self in my own social media posts.
Yeah, so just tag me instead because it's a little easier to remember. Instagram, it's just Calvin Couture.
I hate you.
Twitter,
He's got it on lockdown.
Twitter's a little different. It's Calvin_Couture.
Complicated.
And then I do have a Facebook page as well. And other than that, check out my pro wrestling tee site that we threw up on the screen earlier. Also going to be adding some more stuff on my YouTube page here shortly. You might actually start seeing some Runway social media come out within the next few months. So we'll see what that happens. Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to see our antics on the road?
I got one more question that I forgot to ask.
Okay.
Because and unfortunately, the unboxing for this didn't happen on the show last week, but it is on our YouTube. But we do have the candle for the main event. And I know you guys don't have a candle yet. And I don't know if you would with main event candles or on your own, however you do. But theirs is a barbershop fresh. And I wanted to ask, if you were to have a candle as well, what would the Runway candle smell like?
That's a good question. So this is the issue. I feel like we don't have the same taste when it comes to.
I like a nice ocean breeze.
Okay, so Trophy Boy Ocean Breeze would be yours. Okay, so I mean we can have separates.
Beach.
I think Okay.
And I also like beach theme, but I'm a huge fan of eucalyptus mint.
Okay.
So maybe if we could do like a seaside eucalyptus, that might be kind of interesting.
That's good. That's good.
And it could be a whole line. You could have separate or together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And of course, there'd be glitter in it.
Duh.
Right? I mean,
put accessory in it.
There you go.
We're gonna put an accessory in it.
There you go.
Right. It's not just going to be
It's gonna be a run.
It's gonna be a
You're gonna
barber
have
shop
a jar
candle.
situation.
You're gonna have a runway ring. You burn it down, you get a runway ring.
Oh, that's kind of nice. That'd be a nice kind of deal in there. So it's like just kind of in the bottom here in the jar and everything, right? So have to put some extra warnings on that too, probably. So didn't read those. Okay. So anyways, so I wanted to give a shout, yes, because I did the unboxing did happen. Yinza helped me out with that after the show last week. That is on YouTube, and shout out to our friends at maineventcandles.com for that they got this. Also, Nyla Rose is on there as well, and several other choice scents. I almost said flavors. I don't know why I said that, but. Don't eat the candles.
I've
guys.
done that once or twice.
Don't eat them.
They're flavors for your nose, Sorg.
Yes, for your nose.
Calvin does
taster.
it all the time.
Yes.
I say flavors sometimes, and I don't realize I do it.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Mad Mike 4883 on the tweets.
Yeah, I talk about things and stuff.
You're not the one pissing off Chachi on the Mayhem show.
No, I'm not, because when I piss off Chachi, I do it deliberately.
That's
I'm
right.
with you.
That's right. I got really mad about the Karrion Kross thing and just said fuck this on the Twitter last night, and
By the way,
he blamed Mike right away.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
the Karrion Kross thing.
Yes.
If you had replaced Karrion Kross with Keith Lee last night, just switch their spots. Even if they both lose, that makes both segments better. Because Karrion Kross, okay, he lost, but he lost to the WWE champion. And if Jeff Hardy cheated to beat Keith Lee, that makes sense. Because Keith Lee can now feud with Jeff Hardy. Whereas Karrion Kross now has gone from losing to Jeff Hardy to attacking old man William Regal on NXT. So he looks like a chump.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great.
Wrestling.
Yeah. It's not great.
Yep. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for checking out the Mayhem show. Please make sure you subscribe. Check out the Runway when they're coming to your town. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.